Here's something you may not expect to hear about the Czech Republic. The country is a global leader in the adult film industry. It may seem surprising given Czechia's small population, but the country produces a significant percentage of Europe's adult content. In fact, it is one of the top producers of adult films in the world. Nestled in the heart of Europe, there exists a country that feels like a piece of history frozen in time, a place where medieval charm meets modern life. This is the Czech Republic, or Czechia, a landlocked country with a population of around 11 million people. Despite its relatively small size, only 78,000 square kilometers, it is packed with stunning landscapes, a rich history, and a culture that truly defines Central Europe. Czechia shares borders with Germany to the west, Poland to the north, Austria to the south, and Slovakia to the east, making it a crossroads of European culture and history. The capital city, Prague, is the country's heart and soul. As the first stop for most travelers, Prague is a city that invites you to explore its cobbled streets, grand old town squares, and stunning architectural masterpieces. But it's not just the history that draws people in. Prague's vibrant atmosphere, coupled with its modern touch, is what makes it a place like no other. And it's here, on the banks of the Vltava River, that the magic of Czechia really shines. The river itself is fascinating. Not many rivers in the world flow from south to north, but the Vltava does, creating a unique geography that adds to Prague's charm. So, let's take a closer look at this incredible place. Imagine yourself standing in the heart of Prague's old town, surrounded by buildings that have stood the test of time. The historic city center, with its cobblestone streets, vibrant buildings, and ancient churches, offers a glimpse into the city's fascinating past. One of the most famous landmarks here is the astronomical clock, a 600-year-old marvel that continues to draw crowds every hour as its mechanical figures come to life. Standing before it, you can't help but feel as though you've stepped into a time capsule. But it's not just the clock that captures the imagination. The Charles Bridge, a masterpiece of medieval architecture, connects the old town with the lesser town across the Vltava River. When you walk across it, flanked by statues of saints, you're walking in the footsteps of countless travelers, kings, and artists throughout history. The bridge gives you breathtaking views of Prague Castle, another symbol of the city's rich heritage. Dating back to the 9th century, the castle has been the home to Bohemian kings, emperors, and now the Czech president. Every corner of this place is a history lesson waiting to be discovered. Yet, what makes Prague truly captivating is its ability to blend the old with the new. As you cross over the river to the modern side of the city, you'll see the Dancing House, an iconic building designed by Frank Gehry that stands out with its bold, fluid design. It's a perfect contrast to the medieval grandeur you just left behind. This seamless mixture of the ancient and modern gives Prague a unique energy that's both timeless and progressive. When you think of Prague, you likely picture the Charles Bridge, the astronomical clock, and Prague Castle. But what about the hidden gems that make this city even more unique? Take the Jewish Quarter, for instance. Nestled in the heart of Prague, the Jewish Quarter is one of the most well-preserved Jewish districts in Europe. It's home to several synagogues and the Old Jewish Cemetery, one of the oldest in Europe. The history here is profound, and it's said that during World War II, Adolf Hitler spared the Jewish Quarter to create a museum of an extinct race. Walking through these streets is an emotional journey, a reminder of both the resilience and tragedy that has shaped the Jewish community in Prague. Then, there's Prague Castle. Standing proudly over the city, the castle complex is the largest ancient castle in the world. With its cobbled courtyards, towering spires, and beautiful gardens, it's easy to see why this majestic fortress remains a symbol of Czech pride. Within its walls, you'll find St. Vitus Cathedral, a Gothic masterpiece that took over 600 years to complete. The cathedral is home to the Bohemian crown jewels, a symbol of Czech sovereignty. The castle complex is more than just a tourist attraction. It's a place where history has been made for over 1,000 years. Beyond Prague, Czechia is filled with charming towns and villages that reflect the country's deep history. Cities like Český Krumlov, with its fairy tale castle and winding streets, offer a glimpse into medieval life. The small town of Kutná Hora is home to the famous Sedlec ossuary, also known as the Bone Church, where the bones of over 40,000 people have been artistically arranged into chandeliers and decorations. These lesser-known places show that Czechia isn't just about its capital. The entire country is full of treasures waiting to be explored. One of the most striking features of Prague is its incredible architecture, which is as varied as it is beautiful. Walking through the streets, you'll encounter buildings from nearly every major European architectural style, from Gothic to Baroque and Art Nouveau to modernist structures. Prague is a true architectural wonder. The Old Town Square is a prime example of this diversity, with the striking tin church standing in contrast to the colorful facades of the surrounding buildings. The church, with its two spires reaching toward the sky, is a classic example of Gothic architecture, while the nearby colorful houses show off a more Baroque style. Just a few steps away, you'll find the National Museum, a beautiful example of Neo-Renaissance architecture. It's clear that Prague's architects weren't afraid to embrace different styles, making the city a living, breathing museum of architecture. One of the most modern pieces of architecture in Prague is the Dancing House, also known as Fred and Ginger. Designed by Frank Gehry, the building is a striking juxtaposition to the classical buildings that surround it. Its curving, fluid design mimics the movement of dance, and it's one of the most photographed buildings in the city. It's a great reminder that Prague isn't just a city stuck in the past. It's also forward-thinking, blending the past and future in harmony. If you're ever in Prague, you'll quickly realize how easy it is to get around. The city's public transportation system is both affordable and efficient. The metro system, which consists of 3 lines, is the fastest way to travel across the city. With trains arriving every 10 minutes, you'll never have to wait long. And unlike other major European cities, Prague doesn't have ticketed turnstiles in its metro stations. Instead, tickets can be purchased from machines at the entrances, making the system simple and accessible for everyone. Trams are another popular mode of transportation in Prague, and you'll see them running all over the city. They provide an easy way to travel shorter distances and offer a glimpse into the life of the city as you ride through its streets. While the tram system does result in many visible overhead cables, these are designed in a way that doesn't detract from the city's beauty. Trams are also central to public transport in many European cities, so it's no surprise they've become such an integral part of life in Prague. One of the most pleasant surprises about public transportation in Prague is the affordability. A metro or tram ticket costs just 20 Czech Korunas, about 80 cents, which is an absolute bargain compared to other European capitals. For visitors, the ability to travel easily and cheaply throughout the city makes it a breeze to explore everything Prague has to offer. When you think of the Czech Republic, one thing immediately comes to mind: beer. The Czech Republic is renowned for its brewing culture, and for good reason. The country is home to some of the world's oldest and most famous breweries, including Pilsner Urquell, which revolutionized the brewing industry in the 19th century. Beer isn't just a drink here, it's part of the culture. In fact, the Czech Republic has the highest beer consumption per capita in the world. Whether it's a refreshing Pilsner or a hearty dark lager, Czechs take their beer seriously. But it's not just about drinking, it's about the experience. Visiting a traditional Czech pub or hospoda is a rite of passage. These lively establishments serve as gathering places where locals come together to drink, talk, and enjoy the company of friends. Czech beer culture is also tied to their unique tradition of beer gardens. Picture this, an outdoor space surrounded by trees with long picnic tables filled with people enjoying their beers and chatting away. It's the perfect spot to relax and soak in the atmosphere, especially on a warm summer day. Beer culture in Czechia is more than just about the drink. It's a celebration of community, friendship, and time spent enjoying the simple pleasures of life. Another unique aspect of life in the Czech Republic is the country's dedication to education. The Czech people have a long tradition of valuing knowledge and intellectual achievement, and it shows in their impressive educational standards. Around 90% of the population has completed secondary education, and the country boasts a literacy rate of 99%, placing it among the top countries globally for education. Czech universities, particularly Charles University in Prague, are among the oldest and most prestigious in Europe. Founded in 1348, Charles University is a hub for intellectual exchange and research. It's not just about textbooks and exams here. The Czech education system encourages critical thinking, debate, and a deep appreciation for the arts and sciences. This commitment to education permeates every aspect of Czech life, from the cafes where people gather to discuss philosophy, to the streets where you'll often see people reading books while waiting for the tram. In fact, it's not uncommon to see people reading books at tram stops or on public transport, a testament to the Czech love for learning. The country's strong educational values are a reflection of the importance Czechs place on personal development and cultural enrichment. It's no surprise that Czechia continues to produce thinkers, artists, and scientists who make significant contributions to the world. One of the more surprising aspects of the Czech Republic is its high level of atheism and secularism. In fact, Czechia is one of the most secular countries in Europe, with around 40% of the population identifying as atheist or agnostic. The country's secular nature can be traced back to its communist past, when religious practices were suppressed. Over time, this created a cultural shift, with religion becoming less of a driving force in everyday life. But what's fascinating about Czechia is how this secularism has shaped the country's identity. Religion may not play a central role, but Czech culture is deeply rooted in traditions, from folk music to the country's vibrant festival calendar. The Czech approach to life is about individual freedom and respect for personal choices, whether that means rejecting religion or embracing it in your own way. Despite the lack of religious dominance, Czechia remains a country where people still take part in cultural celebrations, enjoy communal gatherings, and seek out meaning in life. There's a certain freedom in the Czech way of living, where people are allowed to define their own beliefs and values without being judged by society. Now, here's something you may not expect to hear about the Czech Republic. The country is a global leader in the adult film industry. It may seem surprising given Czechia's small population, but the country produces a significant percentage of Europe's adult content. In fact, it is one of the top producers of adult films in the world. The industry is largely centered in Prague, where many stars and filmmakers are based. While this fact may catch some people off guard, it's important to recognize that it's an accepted part of Czech culture. Many Czech women enter the adult film industry by choice, seeking financial independence, and the industry is viewed as just another part of the country's diverse economy. The Czech Republic's role in the adult film industry isn't something that's heavily advertised or discussed openly in the streets, but it is a major part of the economy. Prague's connection to the industry is undeniable, with the city's reputation as a center for adult content production earning it the nickname Europe's Adult film capital. It's a fascinating and often overlooked aspect of Czechia that adds yet another layer to this unique and intriguing country. If there's one thing the Czech people love more than beer, it's ice hockey. The Czech Republic is home to one of the strongest ice hockey teams in the world. From the moment you step into a bar during the World Championships or the Winter Olympics, you'll feel the energy of a nation united in their love for the sport. Ice hockey is more than just a game in Czechia. It's a national passion. The Czech Republic has produced some of the best players in the world, including Jaromír Jágr, one of the greatest hockey players of all time. Hockey games here are a spectacle, with fans filling the arenas to cheer on their team, waving flags and chanting in unison. It's not just about the professional leagues either. Ice hockey is played at every level, from local rinks to international competitions. The Czech Ice Hockey League is a major part of the country's sporting culture, and the excitement surrounding a big game is palpable. In Czechia, hockey is a way of life, and nothing gets the adrenaline flowing quite like the sound of a slap shot or the roar of the crowd as a goal is scored.